Hey everybody, I'm going to do a quick review on this knife I got here today, and stay around for the not so happy ending on this thing. This is something I've been looking at for a long time. This is the Boker Patriot. I'm a pretty good fan of Boker. I like their stuff. Of course, one of my favorite Boker Pluses. We all know the story of this one. Yeah, my Jim Wagner RBB. Excellent customer service over there. So I'm not trying to trash Boker, but let's go over just the specs on this real quick. So you got about a 3.4 inch blade, 7.5 inches overall. You have this glass filled nylon, really grippy. Let's see if we can get just a little bit of light on that. There you go, a little bit of light there. Glass filled nylon. You got tip up, left right carry. Got this back lock. And let's see what else you got that's worth mentioning on here. It's super light. I got this thing out and I've been wanting one of these. It's smaller than I thought it was. They put some big pictures in the pictures, but it's always a little bit disappointed in the size. But then I started just realizing this thing's only just over 2 ounces. This is just a sweet EDC. I mean, you could throw this in your pocket as a third EDC, a third carry knife, and you won't even feel it. This weighs less than a bunch of other knives, like the Shuffle or even Mr. Reefer, stuff like that. It's well balanced. It feels good. It even fits my chunky hand. So, what do you think the problem is with the Boker Plus here? Well, let me give you a hint. It's going to involve that. It's going to involve this. And let me show you. Now, I don't know if this is a problem with all Boker Pluses or Boker Plus Patriots. However, let me show you an issue that I'm having with this one. That's the lockback. I'm not pressing on the release or anything. Now, I'm pretty strong, not super strong, but the amount of pressure I'm putting on there, be able to shut that thing, that's dangerous. I mean, that's just over and over again. Now, I'm just going to compare this. I mean, if you've watched my videos, you'll remember that the other night, this Ganzo here failed the whack test. So, I'm putting everything I got onto that blade, and it ain't going anywhere. So even though this thing's you can't use this thing to hammer nails, you're not going to get in a situation where your thumb pressure is going to close this bad boy. So I know what you're thinking. No, that's not fair. Well, remember this guy from the last video? He finally came back to life with his lock. Decided to stay shut. This is about the least trustworthy lock I have outside that Patriot. So let's try this bad boy with negative pressure on that back. Now this isn't whacking pressure. This is just constant thumb pressure. This is just, oh, there was an accident. That's all right. This is just me putting pressure on it as hard as I can. And I can't get this daggum thing to shut. However, Mr. Patriot, let me see if I can get him in the hand now that I can't feel my fingers from trying to shut these things. This guy shuts every time. So there you go. Seriously disappointed in the Boker Plus Patriot. I'll tell you what, if I paid full price for this thing, there would have been Much suffering in Gildor. I got a great deal on it, but even for the deal I got, this was not worth it. This is just something dangerous waiting to happen, because this blade is razor sharp. And you get 154 cm steel. This is a really cool blade. You're going to go to Knife Center and it's going to cost you 75 bucks to bring this home. And I've thought about getting it full price. I've thought about doing it that way. And so, there you go. I know I've become quite a lock snob. However, I know this is a different caliber of knife. When you don't have to worry about your lock failing, when you don't have to worry about that aspect of your blade, that's just one of the things that you want in a knife, in any tool. If you had a gun and you had to worry about it jamming up, you don't know when, but it might. Wouldn't you want something that you knew was never ever going to jam? Just that one aspect of it. You knew you're never ever going to have a problem with that. You can just cancel that out. Now maybe it came with OS8 or something else and you'd like to upgrade that, but you knew that in here there wasn't going to be any problems. And for everybody that doesn't like Lynn Thompson or Cold Steel or all the stuff he does to advertise, or that's one thing you don't have to worry about. You can watch their tests. They whack the heck out of this thing. That thing's, I don't know a human alive that could shut this with their thumb on it. And like I said, I'm kind of strong, not super strong, but there's no way I should be able to shut that. I couldn't do it with the whack test failie here. I couldn't do it with this one, who just up and failed altogether a couple videos ago. And it shouldn't be done on this. I'm going to contact Boker and see, maybe I got a faulty one, try to send it back, see what they can do about it. But for right now, there's no way I can recommend this knife. Maybe you have one and it doesn't have that problem, but man, it's just kind of scary. You don't want to chop your finger off or get a nice deep gash. I mean, because that's one thing you'll be doing. You'll be in there. It's got a nice little choil there. You can get in there and get some work done. But the lock is just going to be in the back of your mind the whole time. Now, if you want to retire it like I did to Mr. Reefer here, and you want to mince a little garlic with it every once in a while, and that's it, yeah. So now you got a $75 knife that you trust like your $15 Mr. Reefer. But for 75 bucks, you can go out and get a monster. Alright, I've preached long enough. This is a sad video. I really wanted to like this. I've been looking at it for a long time. A couple months, had it in my eye. Never pulled the trigger. Finally got a deal on it, pulled the trigger. And I have messed with the gods of knives somewhere, for they have failed me. Alright, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think down here in the comments. Do you have one of these? It maybe lets me know that I got a bad one, or is there no hope for me? Did Boker Plus just come out with a lemon? Let me know. I will talk to y'all later.